Oh, someone's here. Who's here? So is this a round table? Oh, someone's. Hmm. Hmm. I said it too. Amen. What's going on, friends? So this is just like free for all round table discussion. Hopefully, maybe I can get Peter on. That'd be good. All right, see if we can get Peter. Hmm. sorry for the boringness. Just trying to get people to join the link, um, join the show, and make it interesting. You know. So I sent out a few links now on uh, Twitter. So hopefully, need one or two people to make it interesting. You know. All right. Oh, all right. Bye, Peter. You want to be a dick? Be a dick on your own time. All right. What does everyone want to say? Peter, I unblocked you. You're obviously in the show. I sent you a link. Now stop being a dick, you dick. Do you want to come on the show or not? If you want to come on the show, then come on the show. If not, stop being a troll in my comment section. I didn't block you. I deleted your comment because you're being a dickhead. Peter. All right, there's two people here, so maybe someone wants to join me in the live stream via video chat. I'm still waiting for at least one person to join me that way. Because I don't have any. No, I unblocked you on Twitter, you moron. Huh? All right, let's see if I can unblock you here. I don't have you blocked here. I unblocked you on Twitter. I unblocked you on Twitter, Peter. You don't have to. I'm not asking for your help, you moron. I unblocked you on Twitter. That's why I was able to give you the link. I don't know if you're daft or what, but or just willfully obtuse. Okay, let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find you here then. I don't know if I can unblock you as I'm streaming. Probably. Oh, yeah, I can do that. I'm not lying. I did block you here, but I don't know how I unblocked you while I'm streaming. I said I unblocked you on Twitter. Like, listen to the words I'm saying, so I don't have to. You're commenting on here, so let's see if I can. Yeah, I blocked you here because you're being a troll, like you are right now. Kind of funny. I didn't lie. You simply misunderstood me. Like you perpetually misunderstand me, Peter. You perpetually misunderstand me, Peter. I did block you here, and I did block you on Twitter. I unblocked you on Twitter. I'm trying to figure out how to unblock you here while I'm streaming live. Seeing as you're the only one here. Let's see. I'm gonna go for some more. Gonna go first. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Tyler, give it a fucking rest, man. It's just so like you ask this question every single show that I see you, so it's not good. You shouldn't do it. But I haven't assaulted minors. I had an altercation with a minor that was a bullshit thing, so come on, man. Ask legitimate questions. Stop being a moron. We're gonna have a discussion. Let's have an actual discussion that doesn't involve stupid fucking questions like this. Is assaulting minors is against the law and it shouldn't be done. I haven't. That's true, but that also goes both ways, isn't it? And their friends are all just morons and idiots. So. And everyone's left me alone since then. You don't even know me, man. So just fuck off and go away if you're gonna be an idiot. Besides, you're the one that messed with me, not the other way around. They started this shit, and I just put an end to it. And then everyone's left me alone since then. So screw off, man. All right, I'm gonna ban you. If you continue this, then I'm gonna ban you because this is just unhelpful dialogue. Actually, I'm just gonna ban you anyways because this is not helpful. Deserved it, buddy. Utopia Buster, he deserved it. I'm not engaging this stupidity. I blocked him for my own mental health because it's just going to make me angry and I don't want to do it. He was blocking here. I don't know how to unblock him while I'm streaming. Utopia Buster. Good to see you, man. How are you? I don't know what do you mean by that? I'm allowed to monitor my channel how I see fit. How did you put your life on the line? For yeah. How did you put your life on the line? I don't understand the connection here. I know what this means, but I don't understand where the connection is in you. How did you put your life on the line? Did you serve in the army? Oh, you're a veteran. Okay. Right. Fair. Well, I mean, I blocked that guy for my own mental health. It's not a personal thing against him, but I know that it's not going to be conducive for my own mental health if I just keep him on. That's why I blocked it. And besides, we're in different countries. So what you did wasn't for my country anyway, so it doesn't correlate. But I understand principally what you're saying, but you're not a Canadian veteran. So what you did doesn't work for what you're trying to say it works for. But I understand what you're saying principally. Okay, you serving with Canadians doesn't mean the same thing you serve for Canada. So that's a false equivalence, false equivocation. But I understand what you're saying. Anyways, let's move on. I don't want to drone on this. Of course we are. We are great guys. What would you like to talk about, Utopia Buster? I got a debate coming up again with Arvin on is Sola Scriptura true on the 20th, which is a week from today. Slightly less, actually, 12 hours less, because it's going to be on a Saturday morning of next week. Stream live. This stream, the debate has received about 500 views between my channel and his channel. For is Osis true? That is, I mean, so that's pretty cool. We got a debate with Trent Horn, April 29. We got a weekly show with Gary on. We're doing it. I want to go back to. Oh my God, this again, Jeremy. I don't have a trans shirt, and I hate. I can't stand Trump. I don't. So this is just a useless comment or question. No, I can't say I did, but you're more than welcome to. I've been extremely busy, man. So, you can just tell me what your response was. What was your response, EW Buster? Okay, well, I haven't had time to sort through it all. I've been really busy. I mean, I have a life outside of what I do on. Okay, fair enough. I'll look for it later tonight. And is it on my YouTube channel under the live chat or under the upload? Because there's two. Because I have the upload on in the live or live stream. Which one did you respond to? The live stream or the upload? Okay, all right. I'll look for it there. Do you have the same screen name on YouTube as you do here, Utopia Buster 2017? Oh, right. Steven, brother, how are you? Oh, I can't hear your audio.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom to you too. How are you, brother?
Tired. Just went on a bike ride again.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired too, just from all of my apologetic stuff and martial arts this week. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm. You can probably tell I'm a little bit wiped too, just by listening to me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my energy level is definitely not at peak by any stretch of the imagination. My kickboxing class kicked my ass last night. So. But yeah, I like kickboxing. It's a lot of fun. You look like it's really warm over there, man. You look like you're sweating like a pig.
Because I just got inside and I'm waiting on the shower right now. So.
Oh, it's the show. I see. Someone's in there. Or you're waiting for it to warm up.
Someone's in there.
All right. So did you see? What was your impression of the debate with me and Arvin, by the way?
Y'all weren't Trent Horn. Let me put it that way.
Well, I mean, Trent Horn's been around the block, so I mean, and I'm debating him. You know that, right?
You are.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I know Trent Horn. I can't underestimate him. I know that much.
I'm surprised you got Trent Horn to acknowledge you. Honestly, he's pretty big compared to.
I know
us.
He's like the Dawkins of Catholics. Honestly, he is. He's got over 45,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah. Hey, big ups to you for getting a big name. I've been trying to get that one person just to get on my podcast. Honestly, I had Arvin on my podcast. Video will be coming out soon.
Okay. See,
And
are you
he's,
gonna? You know that Arv and I are doing another debate that's coming Saturday, right?
yeah, I told you what's gonna happen. In the
I'm
polls,
gonna
man.
become a Catholic. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, I have the screenshots. I made sure to triple those
Hey,
screenshots.
just remember though, if he also said if he loses, he's gonna become a Protestant boy.
Hey. Leave it up to the polls, man. If we want a clear, decisive winner, leave it up to the polls. No
Yeah, but
opinions.
the polls are not as accurate because what if the majority of people are vote the wrong way?
Well, we both have about the same amount of followers. I mean, if we spread out this
I
poll,
Yeah.
I
How
mean,
many followers? How many followers do you have on Twitter?
oh shoot, you actually might have more than me. I have 2.7 thousand.
Okay, I have what 3,700.
See, you'd have the advantage. I don't mind that.
Yeah. Well, how much does Arvin have? He doesn't have a lot. I don't think. I think he's got around 1,000. So
Yeah, he just
between the
hit.
two of you and me, it's about equal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's about equal. But the thing is, there's a lot more Catholics than Protestants in the world. Easily, there's over a billion Catholics. That's like you guys make up about over an eighth of the world's population, man.
Yeah, big W too.
Yeah, I think that after Catholicism, what would you say is the largest denomination? Pentecostalism?
The cult of reason.
Charismatic? No. I'm talking about for like faith.
Okay.
No, the cult of reason actually isn't as big as you think it is. There's over a billion Muslims too.
Would you consider them atheists? Wait, what?
No,
The
I
cult of
wouldn't.
reason are atheists.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Muslims aren't atheists, though. That's the thing. But they're in the cult of reason, but the reason is theistic. So I don't know how that. I think you may be a little bit too pigeonholed in your thinking.
I don't know. Then let me look it up. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, there's easily over a billion. Yeah. Oh, what's your Twitter? My Twitter is at RobLovesJC. Okay.
What were we looking up?
Oh, Peter's here. We were looking up how many Muslims are in the world. Hey, Peter.
Hey.
Shalom, brother. 1.8 billion Muslims.
Hello.
Yeah. What's going on, Peter? How are you?
I was just about to go to bed and.
Oh, you don't have
my
to.
Twitter.
You can go to bed. You're not under no obligation to stay here, man.
I still have to catch up with the last 7 hours of Twitter. So.
Meaning what?
What did you buy?
Oh, I bought equipment. I bought headphones and a microphone for my stuff.
And you're not.
It's
wearing
just coming in the
headphones?
mail. I ordered it on Amazon, so it's coming in.
Okay.
Today.
See, this is why you should have listened, because
Well, I did listen.
if you had bought earbuds, that would have set you back what, $1.50?
Yeah, but I want to get legit equipment, so I don't have to. Headphones are better. Block out more noise.
No, they're not, because they're huge.
Yeah, it's okay.
And I don't know. Not my thing.
Oh, it's your but your thing doesn't have to be everyone's thing, right?
I like to look professional, and if you're sitting on screen with some big ass headphones, I mean, have you ever watched TV and seen someone who's wearing headphones?
Yeah, I just was on a podcast with a Christian dude today from Oregon who's wearing headphones. They look professional to me.
Podcasts are on TV in Canada? I did not know.
No, sorry, not a podcast. Like a live stream like this. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, I said TV, not live stream. A lot of
Right.
people
My mis-
who
my
do
mistake.
live
Well-
streams wear headphones. I think it just looks silly.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. And it's just yours of one. See, here you go. Steven's wearing headphones. Does that look silly to you?
I mean,
Yeah, see, I don't think it looks
I don't
silly.
care. I don't care.
Yeah, obviously you do. You said this.
I was curious though. So you still have 2 challenges to do. How are
Yeah, but
those
I
going?
got stuff to do, Peter. I can't just drop everything to do the challenges. I
You
got
said
stuff.
you were going to do those in 24 hours.
Well, I
Both of them.
overestimated myself, and I was wrong.
I still think you have no clue what the phylogeny challenge is.
Hey,
Let
Peter,
alone
I'm
that
not
you-
interested in this conversation right now, and I'm not going to let you derail the conversation to make it whatever the hell you want.
Hey, you sent me a link.
Yeah, I know.
There was no topic mentioned when you sent me a link, was there?
Okay,
Did I miss
I'm
anything?
I'm gonna say in the face of it, I'm not interested in this conversation right now.
Ah, okay.
Right now,
That
being
happens a lot. That happens a lot with you.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to be like that, aren't I?
It's just telling that it happens when you have no rebuttal.
No, I'm just also not in the space for it either, mentally, right now.
What are you in the space for?
Cordial conversation that's something different when you're talking right now.
I mean,
Hey, there's other people
not?
here. It's not just me. Steven's here. Maybe he wants to talk about it. You can talk about it to him if you want.
well, you sent me a link, right? That means
Yeah,
that you want to
I'm
talk
not,
to me.
I'm not the only one here, though, aren't I?
I'm not saying you're the only one here.
Okay, so I'm just saying you're not obliged to talk to only me just because I
I
said you.
First of all, we have one black screen, and you don't have the names turned on, so I have no clue who that is.
Well, I do have the
And then-
names turned on, actually. It says Ohio
Well,
apologists.
You might notice that as long as you have a chat pulled up, the names are gone.
Chat.
See,
What?
there. You have a message pulled up on screen. As long as that message is there,
Oh, I
there are
see, I
no
see.
names.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. There you go.
See? There you go.
I did not know that. Thank you, Peter. Learning something new every day.
I wish you would learn more about evolution, but
Okay, fair enough.
that's not going to
I
happen,
would-
is it?
Well, I can't learn. It's hard to learn about fiction, though, science fiction.
So are cars fiction?
No,
Why are cars not fiction?
because they're tangible objects,
And you can see them, right?
and I can touch them and feel them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
Okay.
do that with
So-
evolution.
Is a Ford Model T fiction?
Sorry, say that again. Steven's making noise.
Sorry.
Is a Ford Model T fiction?
No,
How about the first Benz?
no,
Is that fiction?
Nope.
Have you touched one?
I have not touched a Ford Model, but I mean, I haven't touched the one you're talking about. I mean, but I have touched a Ford.
Okay, but how about the first Benz? So the first Daimler Benz, the first
No, I have
car
not.
ever.
I have not touched that or seen it. No,
So is that fiction?
no,
Why is it not fiction?
because there's evidence that it did exist, even though I didn't see it or touch it.
So if there's evidence, then you can conclude it exists.
Correct.
So if there's evidence and you can see something, would that be enough to say that it exists?
Absolutely.
Okay. Back to my question.
Mm.
Why do
Oh,
you
I'm a
think
dummy.
evolution
Thanks,
is
Peter.
why do you think evolution is fiction?
because I don't think it meets the standard of criteria that you're using for your analogy earlier.
Well, we have evidence, and you can see it happen in real time. So, what
Such as-
part of it is fictional?
Can you give me evidence that we're seeing it in real time?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you heard of the Italian wall lizard?
No,
Okay, so you don't know what happened with the Italian wall lizard.
I haven't heard of that.
I'll explain. You can go to Jackson Wheat's channel. He made a video about it.
Okay.
So, the Italian wall lizard was prevalent on one particular island in Italy.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
And because the environment there was kind of changing, they were afraid that it would die out. So they
Who
took
was? The
the Italians.
Okay, go ahead.
So they took a bunch of Italian wall lizards and put them on another island, but they didn't look close enough because there was not enough food for them there either.
Okay.
So what happened is when they went back several years later, they found that there's still lizards alive. Not only that there are still lizards alive, but that they've been procreating and had done very well in that particular part. So they checked, and what happened is they adapted to an entirely new kind of food, which meant that they had to grow new organs. So they
Which
were no
organs?
longer the Italian wall lizard. They had grown new parts of their digestive system, so they could survive on the food that was prevalent on the island.
Well, that
So-
sounds more like micro than macro to me.
Well, I mean, who defines what micro and macro is?
Well, I think micro is adaptation and change within the species, and I think
I know what you think it is, but
yeah, that's
so
the broad-based definition of microevolution.
who came up with micro and macro evolution?
That I don't know.
Scientists.
Okay, I thought you were going for names. Yeah, I know it's scientists, but I don't know who specifically is what I was trying to say.
Yes. So they also came up with the definition for both.
That would make sense.
Okay. So microevolution is simplified. It is change adaptation over time within a species.
Mhm.
Macroevolution is adaptation over time at or above the species level, which means that when you have macroevolution, you have a new species.
Yeah, okay. I understand that.
Okay, so what happened with the Italian wall lizard is macroevolution because it became a new species. It can no longer interbreed with the original species, and it has completely new body parts.
But it's still a lizard, right?
Yeah. So you're moving the goalpost now. It has macroevolution, according to you, a species has to become a completely different animal. What should a lizard
Not
become?
completely different, but it has to diverge from it has to at least meet the criteria for divergent speciation.
Yes, but can it ever become not a lizard?
Yeah, that's the question I would propose.
Okay, your name is Groen, right?
Hmm.
And your
It is.
dad's name, your dad's had the same last name. Your grandfather, who came from the Netherlands, had the same
Correct.
last name. Okay.
And so on and
So,
so forth. Yeah.
How far down the line when you have kids, right? And they have kids, and they have kids, and they have kids. How far down the line are they no longer a descendant of you and your grandfather?
There's no point in time where that's going to be a possibility. There's always going to always
Exactly.
going to be.
Exactly. So a lizard, when it becomes a completely different animal, when it evolves into a completely different animal, is still a lizard, will always be a lizard. The
Mhm.
same way that humans are apes, and humans are still monkeys, and humans are still mammals. Are we not?
We're mammals. We're humans. I
Yes.
think we're distinct, I think we're distinct as a species. That and our
What's the definition? What's the definition of an ape?
I don't know.
It's a mammal. Got fingerprints. Got no tail.
Hmm.
It's got a specific kind of skull. It's got a certain amount of teeth. We
Okay.
fit all of that definition. It has certain ears that stand out from the head.
Yeah, I'd agree. We fit the
Five
definition.
fingers, five toes. We fit
well-
literally the entire definition of an ape.
Okay.
We also fit the
we're not
definition
apes,
of monkey.
We're not a
We're
monkey.
we're obviously apes. I mean, genetics has confirmed that we're apes.
We don't look and sound and think like apes.
Well, do you look and sound like someone from a tribe in Africa? No.
No. But that's a bit of a false equivocation, Peter.
No, it's not. Because I don't know if you know, but apes can communicate with each other.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
Okay.
I can't communicate with an ape.
We've recently discovered that, for instance, chimpanzees are in the Stone Age right now. They're constructing tools out of rocks.
Okay.
If you go to India, you've got monkeys that have complete gangs where they have specific monkeys that are lookouts. Other ones are scouts. Then you have the ones who actually go into a business and rob it. And then you've got a gang leader who kind of conducts a robbery, tells them what to do. They're closer to us as you might think. Coco the gorilla, who was one of the most famous ones, he could talk in sign language, and she could understand something in sign language, and she showed emotion when he was told certain things. Robin Williams famously met Coco and spent an entire day with her talking in sign language. And when Robin Williams passed away, they told Coco, and Coco in sign language said that she was crying. So she understood what it was for a person to die. We're not so incredibly special. There might be animals that are much more intelligent than we are. It's
Well, we're created in God's image. Kind of special.
well, yeah. Well, God doesn't exist because there's no evidence for God, and I'm going by your standards. I mean, that's
Evidence
pure
that there's no
fiction.
evidence. There's no evidence that
again?
there's no evidence for God. There's no evidence that there's no evidence for God.
Yeah, that's about the dumbest thing you've ever said. What
No,
you
I'm just
should what
saying-
you
I'm
should have
just
said.
saying-
No, what you should have said
No,
is
Peter,
there
you don't
is
get to tell me
evidence-
what I should have said. Peter, you don't get to tell me what I should
No,
have said. That's not
what-
how it works. That's not how it
if you
works.
it's
That's
not.
not
I'm
how
just
this
saying.
works.
No, but if you were aiming at least to sound a little bit smart, then you would have said there's evidence
I'm
for
just
God.
mimicking your what you said back to you to show you how stupid what
Yeah.
you said actually sounds.
There is no evidence for God.
Of course there is.
Zero.
There's lots
Nothing.
of evidence. And what's your alternative? Abiogenesis, which is logically absurd? Come on, man.
Abiogenesis isn't an alternative for God.
It's an alternative for
Who told you?
origin, which
Who
is an
told you
alternative.
that?
No, it's an alternative for origins, which is an alternative for God. It's called induction, Peter. and
It's,
inference.
no, it's not an alternative for God, because for God to have done anything, the first step you need to do is provide evidence that such a God exists.
We do it
As
through
long as
induction.
you, yeah, but that's not evidence.
What's up,
That's not
Scott?
testable.
Hey, what's going on?
Everything's contestable. Hey,
No,
hey,
I
Scott,
didn't say contestable. I said testable.
testable. right.
Induction is not cold hard evidence.
That's correct. I agree.
Okay. So as long as you can't provide me with any evidence that there is a God, and then we have to get to when we figured out that there is a God, then we have the problem. Which God is it? Because there's millions.
Yeah, we get
Literally
one step.
millions.
That's why we do one step at a time. First, we have
Okay.
to figure out if God. Then we figure out which God
Okay, how do we figure out if a God exists?
by using induction and common sense and reason.
Why aren't we going with evidence?
That is a form of evidence.
No, it's not.
so hard.
No,
It's just
evidence. We've been over this. Evidence is a body of facts. Can you give me one fact that points to the existence of a God? One fact.
DNA is biological code.
Well, DNA isn't biological code, so you're
According to
wrong
who?
there. Because DNA can't stand the Turing test. Therefore, it's not code.
What?
this
How does
is-
that make
this
any
is-
sense? It's information in your body.
Yes, it's information that doesn't stand the Turing test, so therefore it's not code.
Where does the information come from?
It comes from oh damn, it's so late. I forgot the word. It comes from mutations. So mutations add new information.
Well, I mean, let me try this another way. Where does information in the genetic code of humans come from if we trace it all the way back?
I've already told you this as well, and I've given you the tools to check it. So RNA can form spontaneously. RNA is
Can?
yes.
How?
It has happened several times already. There are several papers on this. You can check this. Just type into Google RNA forming spontaneously, and you'll get the. If you go to scholar.google.com, it will filter out everything else, and you will get to the scientific papers, and you can check whether or not it has happened.
So you're
So
saying
RNA is a reproducing molecule, self-replicating molecule that has biological
so you're saying-
information.
So you're saying
And
so,
so
you're saying life arose spontaneously.
no one knows, but all the evidence that we have so far points towards it being a natural process. Yes, without any intelligence involved.
That's interesting. Where did the RNA come from?
As I said, it forms spontaneously.
Yeah, but okay. Let me go. It formed spontaneously, but how did it get to the forming a?
If I were you, I would kick
Oh my
someone out.
God. What the hell?
Are you serious?
Serious.
The fuck?
That's yeah.
Sorry, guys. I didn't know that he was going to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, we can disagree, but I think this deserved a warning because it could get you off of YouTube. if you
Yeah,
got
no,
that
but
on.
I mean, I just kicked it. He's
need-
backstage for now. I can't see him, but I want to block him.
If I were you, I would not kick him. I would block him. That means
Yeah.
that on his IP
He left.
address, he can
He
never.
left. Yeah, he left. Yeah, sorry, Scott. I didn't know. When he said Ohio apologist, I thought he was like a normal apologist like us. I didn't know he was going to.
Rob,
No, no,
let me
no,
help.
no.
Let me help you with this. So,
Okay.
what you do if this happens, if you hover over yourself at the bottom of the screen, where the backstage is,
Yeah.
if you hover over yourself,
Mhm.
you will see on the right an icon show up. If you
Yeah.
click that, it'll make you full screen and everyone else goes away. So
Okay.
if that happens, make yourself full screen, and then don't put the guy backstage, but ban him. That means that he is banned to ever
Yeah.
join your StreamYard ever again, because
No, if
we
he
don't
comes,
we don't need
no, we don't need
we
that
don't need
shit.
people like that.
No, if he comes
Yeah.
on again, I'll ban him. I thought he was a normal person. His name was just Ohio Apologist, so I had no idea that he was like that.
Well, now at least if you do it the way I tell you to,
Yeah.
then you get him off screen as fast as possible, and then you
Yeah.
have all the time to ban him from your StreamYard.
Yeah.
That means that he can never join again.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I didn't know.
It's not your fault.
That's true.
No,
I know.
it's-
I just apologize that everyone had that visual now. Jeez, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay. So let's get back. I forgot where we were. What was your last question? Do you remember?
It was something about macroevolution. I don't
All right,
remember.
no, we were talking about RNA forming spontaneously.
RNA. That's right. Yeah. So I don't know. I just have a hard time with spontaneous generation being logical or possible. I'm not saying it
No, it's
can't.
not spontaneous. It's not spontaneous generation. That's something completely
Right.
different, and that has been debunked for I think about 100 years now. I don't know.
Okay,
how
so
long.
I have a hard time with self-replication as the start of everything as a process, I guess.
But if you can look up the paper where it happened by accident,
Mhm.
wouldn't that be convincing?
Somewhat, but I mean, here's the thing: does it happen all the time, or does it happen sometimes?
Yes, because if a paper is published, that means it's past peer review. That means people have replicated the experiment and come to the exact same results.
Fair enough.
Well, then it
think
becomes
what-
established science, and we know that this is a fact and this can happen, and we know that this could have happened in
Mhm.
an environment on the early Earth, because that's the environment they were simulating,
Mhm.
and
But-
they weren't doing anything to get RNA. This
Mhm.
happened by accident. They discovered this by accident.
I understand, but Peter, you would agree that Darwinian evolution doesn't rule God in or out, right?
Darwinian evolution doesn't exist anymore. We've got evolution now. We've been
Evolution
been doing-
evolution doesn't rule God in or out.
I mean, if a God exists, I mean, why couldn't a God have set it up so abiogenesis could have happened, so evolution could have
My
happened?
question in a roundabout way. I'm asking you a direct question. I said, Peter,
I'm giving you the most honest answer. If
Okay,
a
but
God exists,
you're being long-winded. Be more succinct, man. Be more succinct.
I'm as succinct as possible. If I'm honest, if a God exists, then he could have created a world where abiogenesis is possible, and abiogenesis leading to evolution, to the diversity of life we see today. So
Okay,
yes,
that's fair.
both evolution and abiogenesis do not rule out a God.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
As I'm
Scott, what do you
saying, I'm trying to be as honest as possible.
I appreciate that. Scott,
But
I want you to weigh in. Let Scott weigh in, Peter. Let Scott weigh in.
Scott, do you have evidence for a God? Evidence we can test that points towards a God, a fact that points towards a God.
Well, for me, I think you go outside. That's evident.
That's the look at the trees argument. It's one of the worst arguments ever.
Maybe for you.
If I look outside, I live in the middle of nature. I live in a cabin in the woods.
Okay.
So every single day I go outside, I see nature.
Yeah.
All I see is nature.
So you're one of those people whom thinks it all just happened by chance.
No,
You think it just spontaneously,
it didn't happen by chance.
one day you just had birds and bees and
No,
all that other stuff that's out there.
no. We know where birds came from. so that's not a problem.
Oh,
Honestly, I couldn't tell you where bees came from. I've got a friend who's into that, and she can tell you all about that because she's into insects and stuff like that. So
oh, yeah.
that's not my my thing. My thing.
Oh, your thing is you don't believe in God.
Well, I grew up in a country that is now 80% atheist or identifying as non-believers.
And what country is that?
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Oh,
Yeah.
you're a guy from the other night.
53% of the people in the Netherlands identify as an atheist, and then there are another, I think about 30% that identify as non-believers, non-religious.
So that
So-
means what?
The whole God thing wasn't a thing in my life while I was growing up.
Okay. So that means he
Oh.
doesn't exist?
Of course not. But when I was an adult, I read the Bible,
Okay.
and I read the Bible cover to cover, and then
Okay.
I read it cover to cover twice, and to this
Okay.
day I still read it daily, parts of it. Not all of it, parts of it.
Okay.
I do a show where we read the Bible cover to cover, and I
Okay.
talk to Christians on Twitter. That's literally all I do on Twitter, talk to Christians. I do that on my shows. I invite people over to talk about it. And the only
Mm.
thing I'm interested in is, why do you believe? Because if I talk to someone who has a good reason to believe in a God, maybe their reason could convince me, because I can't find a reason to
Well-
believe in a God.
Well, for one thing, faith is believing in the unseen. You know that, right?
See, and there we've got a problem. I'm an epistovist. You know what an epistovist is, Scott?
No, I've never heard of it.
An epistovist is someone who rejects faith for it being the most dishonest position to take on any given point. And everything that needs faith in order to believe it should be rejected for that reason.
In your opinion.
No, that's an epistovist.
Right, but that's your opinion, though.
Well, I mean, I come from a country that doesn't even have a word for faith.
Well, that's not my problem.
No, but so let me ask you this. Is there anything you could not believe based on faith?
No, I believe in God.
No, that's not my question.
I
Think
don't
about
know
my
what
question.
you're asking then. You got to ask it more specifically.
I'll give you an example. Muslims believe in Allah based on faith.
They believe in Satan.
Well, that's your opinion, but they believe in their God based on faith.
Yeah.
So
They're saying
if
their God literally is
if
Satan.
they I'm not asking you what you think of Islam, but if
No.
they can believe in their God based on faith,
Yeah.
Mm.
and you can believe in your God based on faith,
Yeah.
isn't that
Understand.
strong evidence that believing in something based on faith isn't a correct way to get to the truth?
No, you know why?
Yeah, faith-
because
You need
for one-
evidence.
because
There's
for one
evidence
thing,
for Christianity. There's shit evidence from Islam.
for one thing, Yeshua died and rose again.
How do you
So-
know that?
And that's historical evidence.
Because it was witnessed. For one thing.
By
So,
whom?
The writers of the Bible. They
No.
witnessed it.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong. No,
No, I'm not
So
wrong.
the entire New Testament, except for the letters that Paul wrote, are
And
from
John,
anonymous
Peter.
are from anonymous writers who wrote down stories that other people heard. So at best, you have hearsay for everything in the Bible. Everything
Did
about
you-
Jesus.
Let me ask.
Paul never met Jesus.
Let me ask you something. I can't remember the mountain that is where he went up. but did you know that his footprints are still there?
Whose footprints?
Our Savior.
Nick, you got
I do not believe that, because how
Well,
would you know
may
that
not
that
have to
those
believe that, but the fact is,
okay,
his
but I'm
footprints are
asking you
still there.
I'm asking you a question. If let's say there are footprints, how do you know that those are the footprints of Jesus?
They're on the mountain where they say he rose to heaven.
And no one has ever been on that mountain, just him?
Well, my guess would be that since the
I
time
don't
he
know.
left,
That was yeah. No, someone's asking. Sorry, someone is asking. This is a legit question. No, that was some crazy guy that we didn't know was crazy until it was too late.
Yeah, he apparently is in the chat now. He's Fiery Phoenix.
Oh, it's
Because
fire.
he asked why you kicked him.
Wow, because he displayed his genitals. There we
Yeah,
go.
might be a good thing to
I just banned him right now. He's banned.
yeah. I mean,
so my point is, between the two, only one has died and rose again. Only one.
no. Let's get back to my
No,
last
no.
question.
That's my point, though. My point is, between the two, between Islam and Christianity,
I'm not
one.
arguing for Islam. So you can just skip the whole Islam thing. My
You
question
brought
is,
it up.
no, you brought up footprints, and I said, how do you know that those footprints are from Jesus? Because there's how many billion people on the planet? I mean, do you really think that we could that there would be a way to figure out whose footprints they are? I don't think so.
So what do archaeologists do?
I'm not aware of anywhere on the planet that we've discovered Jesus' footprints, because that would have been world news, and I've never heard of that.
Then how did I hear of it?
Because probably from some fringe website that makes stupid claims that aren't true.
Oh, I see.
I'm
Okay.
not saying you're lying. I'm saying you fell for someone who is lying.
Oh,
Okay,
Because
Peter
we
and
had-
Scott. Peter and Scott. Peter, I have to interrupt. I gotta head out. I'm wiped. I'm exhausted. You guys can continue if you want, but I have to go.
Well, I mean, I'll hop back on another time when Scott is joining, and I'm more than happy to
yeah. Sorry about that.
I'm saying you and Scott can
pick it.
continue.
I was watching a movie.
You and Scott can continue.
Yeah, but so if you're going to end the stream, then no one's going to watch, and it's always better to have people watching, because people might learn a thing or two from me. They might learn a thing or two from Scott. If we're going to do this backstage, and there's no real benefit, I think.
Okay, all right. I'm ending the stream in 3,
And
2, 1.